So what I'm going to do today is detail the design process that I used for this I Plan with Pretty Colors design right here. And I want to start with the sketching phase because that's what I start with after I get the design. This design was part of my Geeky Buttons 30-day challenge that I did in June, so the sketching phase was already done. I'm not going to show you that because if you're interested in that, you can go watch the video that I did on the challenge. I'll put a link in the description. So as far as this video goes, I'm going to go through the design phase. And the design phase is different depending on what the design is. This design is very hand-drawn oriented, and instead of going through the pen and paper method, I wanted to try something different. I still wanted to keep the hand lettering part to it. So what I did is I used the brush tool in a program called Inkscape, and I drew the letters out by hand. So let me show you what that looks like. I have a sketching file right here, and what I did with that was I sketched different letters. So you can see here I tried different types of I's and some P's for the I in the design, and then the P for planning. And if we go to the next one, you see there's more P's, and they progress depending on different things that I found and things I was looking at. If we go to this one, you see I've kind of solidified more of what I want the P to look like, and then I start going into A's, the L, the N, and then you see W. There's T's down here and H. Then if we go into the final one, this is the design in and of itself. As far as the pretty colors go, I wanted to have this done separately because I needed the Y to go into the L of colors. After designing the initial layout, what I did was I added color, and I know a lot of planners use warm colors just because they're bright and they're fun and they're really nice to work with. So I wanted to facilitate that with my design. And if you look at it, there's not a lot going on. Like, it's nice kind of how it is, but I thought that adding a background would help. So I'm going to scroll down here and turn this on. And you see there's a calendar background. It's just a general calendar background, so I went through and put dates in there. I'm pretty sure this is the month of July. I'm not really sure. And this works, but it doesn't look like a planner at all. This looks more like a calendar. And this works kind of, but what would really work better is if I facilitate the look of what a planner actually looks like. So let's look at different versions of that. This version right here is the horizontal planner. So I have the date and the day, and then some lines here to be filled in as if the planner was horizontal. Personally, I don't like horizontal planners. When it comes to planners, I prefer mine to be vertical. I'm very list oriented, and I don't have a lot to say when it comes to what it is I need to do. I use a lot of bullets and things like that. So when it comes to making lists, a vertical planner would work a lot better, but I wanted to see if a horizontal planner would be asked for. If it was, I already did the work for it. So let's look at the vertical planner too. So here you can see the vertical planner. It's nice and laid out with a nice fat bar to get the difference between where the date and the day is versus what you can fill in. I didn't want to make it cluttered with all the lines, so I left those out. And I don't necessarily need lines to fill things in anyway, so I just wanted to make it look pretty open. And I'm going to work with this design for now and see if it works out. If it doesn't, then I might switch it up. And that's all part of iterating in public and just putting work out there as you do it. So this is what I use to get from the sketching phase to the design phase, and after this is done, then I'm going to go ahead and pop it into View, and then I'm going to print it and we're going to make it into a button. So I'll see you in that video.